Okay, so I want to explore this problem right here. This one right here. Frank has $65. He spent $2 per day for 7 days. Then he was given $9 to divide equally between himself and his two brothers. The following expression can be used to find the amount of money Frank had after that. 65 minus 2, this is times 7 plus 9 divided by 3. Based on this expression, what is the amount of money Frank had remaining? So look here, it says based on the expression, what is the amount of money Frank had remaining? It has A, $150, B, $543, C, $20, and D, $444. We already can see here that the answer is B because 76% of the people in the state of Texas got this one correctly. This is actually a very simple PEMDAS question. So let's talk about that right quick. And I actually meant to say Jim's question. When I was a kid, we called it PEMDAS. Okay, this is a simple Jim's question. G, E, M, S. If you have the ability to use the Jim's mnemonic, then you should immediately write this down on your paper because this is the exact type of problem you would use this on. Gems is for groupings. Groupings such as parentheses, brackets, braces, that kind of thing. Okay, you'll see expressions and numbers contained within these. E is for exponents. Such as x to the second power, 3 to the third power, stuff like that. Those kind of expressions. M is for multiplication. Or division, actually. And here is where you have to be careful because you're going to actually do whichever one you see more to the left. Okay, so be careful about that. You're going to do the one that you see more to the left, most to the left first. Then here, S is for subtraction. Subtract, spelled that incorrectly. And I'm actually a great speller, so it happens to anybody. Subtraction and addition. Okay, and once again, you got to be careful because it doesn't matter just as long as you get the one that's the most to the left first. It doesn't matter if this one is before this one. So if addition is before subtraction because the addition sign is more over to the left than subtraction sign, you will still do the addition sign first. Okay, so as I said earlier, this is a classic GEMS problem to complete. Okay, so I'm going to move it over just a little bit so I can work with this problem. Okay. Okay. So we have 65 minus 2 times 7 plus 9 divided by 3. So I'm going to go up here to my gems and I'm going to look and say, okay, do I have any groupings? Do I see any parentheses? Do I see any brackets? Do I see any braces? I don't see any of those, so I don't have to worry about that right now. Okay? So next, I'm going to look and see, do I have any exponents? I don't see any number or variable that has an expression, a power on it. So, no. Now I'm going to look and see, okay, now do I have multiplication or division? And so I'm going to look here, I have a subtraction symbol, so I'm not going to do that yet. I have a multiplication symbol and I have a division symbol. But my multiplication symbol is more to the left. This division symbol is more to the right, so I'm going to do this one first. So I like to call this like a little kickstand. I'm not sure what to call it. It kind of reminds me of the things that the football players kick their ball through. So I'm going to do 2 times 7. I have 2 ways of doing this. I can just look on my multiplication chart and find 2 times 7. I can remember it from mental math. Technically, I have 3 ways. Or I can just use my calculator and put in 2 times 7. And so I get 14. Now, what is very important here is that I am very serious about breaking down what you don't use exactly where you see it. You just bring it straight down. You don't try to move it closer to the 14. Just move it straight down like you see it. So everything I didn't use, I did not use the subtraction sign. I did not use the 5 or the 6. I did not use the plus sign. I did not use the 9. I did not use the division sign. And I did not use the 3. So now, I'm going, after I have just rewritten everything, so I wish I could just get rid of all of that at one time, because we got to look up at our gems again and see if we need to check for groupings and exponents and stuff like that. Because when you get to the harder problems, you will have multiple groupings at a time, so you will have to go through the process of looking at your gems over and over again every time you rewrite. So I don't have any groupings. I don't have any exponents. Do I have any multiplication or division? Yes, I have division. My subtraction, my addition, I do have a division. I'm going to do my little kickstand. Hold on a second, I actually don't want to use that color. I like to change colors. I'm going to use my little kickstand here. And I'm going to get 9 divided by 3. Once again, I can do that in my head. I can use my multiplication chart backwards, and I can look for the 9 on the chart, and then look up and see what other number besides the 3 you can divide by, which in this case will be another 3. I can also put in my calculator. So I have 9 divided by 3 is 3. So now I'm going to bring down everything that I did not use. I did not use the plus sign. I did not use the 4, the 1, the minus sign, the 5, or the 6. You might hear me call this the negative sign, and that's okay. It really is. Anytime you're doing a negative, you are subtracting anyway, in most cases. So, now I need to go back up here. I've rewritten my expression. And I call it an expression because I do not have an equal sign. So I'm calling it an expression. I'm calling this and this and this expression because it does not have an equal sign. Otherwise, there would be equations, or in some cases, at this grade level, inequalities. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here. Do I have any groupings? No. Exponents? No. Do I have multiplication or division? No. Do I have subtraction or addition? Yes. I have a subtraction here and I have addition here. The subtraction is more to the left this time, so I can go ahead and do that one next. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to do 65 minus 14. You can use your 100 chart. Go to 65 and then count backwards 14 spaces, starting with 64. Or you can use your calculator, or you can go over to the side like this and do 65 minus 14. And I'll do my ones place first. So 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 1 is 5. So I know that's 51. I would do that way over to the side. I would not come close to where I'm working to do this part. I would make sure that this part is done somewhere totally different and way off. Okay, so I have 51 here. Bring down everything I used. Notice that I did not bring the plus sign way over to next to the 51. In class, I've showed you cases where because we did not bring it all the way over, it actually helped us to figure out one of those operations that sometimes they don't show. You remember what operation that is, right? That's that multiplication symbol. Sometimes they don't show it. Sometimes when you're rewriting, after you have worked out a problem like I'm doing right now, working out a step, you have this little space left where there's just numbers and there's nothing there. And a lot of times that's because you're supposed to put a multiplication symbol, but they just didn't put it in the expression because they want it to be understood that you know that the multiplication symbol goes there. So anyhow, I'm going to come over here and do my last step. Only have one thing left. I have no powers or anything. So I could just come over here and do my last step, which is 51 plus 3. And when I do that, I get a 54. So once again, the answer choice is 54. We look over here. Okay, if you look over here, oops, if you look over here, the answer is 54. And we got it correct because 76% of the people in the state of Texas got this question correct. So what they did here was they took a relatively simple order of operations expression and made it appear more complicated by adding a real life story or situation to it. But really this problem could be treated as if you were just solving just this part all by itself without anything else here in this case. So I really hope that helps, and let me know if you have any questions.